From 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. This is your 5+ extended forecast. Lots to cover over the next several days. It's been very windy today. That trend going to continue for our Tuesday as well, with wind gusts right around 30 miles per hour. Just over the weekend, we were upgraded to an extreme risk from the Arkansas Forestry Commission for that fire danger across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. We are very much hoping that we do not have a fire somewhere for today or for Tuesday, because if we do, those winds are going to be able to accelerate that fire very quickly. And with how dry it is outside, it'll have plenty of fuel to run with. The good news is, by the time we get to Wednesday, a cold front's coming in. It is going to bring some stronger winds, but more importantly, it's bringing more rain chances. And finally, we're going to see some rain chances back into the forecast after almost 2 months with little to no rain. It's also coming with a storm chance. So the Storm Prediction Center has a level 2 slight risk across western Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma heading into Wednesday night, overnight into Thursday morning for some strong to severe storms. And as we get into Halloween on Thursday, the big question is that rain that we've been hoping for a very long time going to come for Thursday night? Well, I'll tell you, it looks pretty good right now. I think that rain window is anywhere between Wednesday overnight into Thursday morning. By the time we get to Thursday evening for trick-or-treating hours, I think it's dry outside, and I think it's much cooler outside as well. Those winds are very strong outside, not only for today, but for Tuesday as well. Wind gusts anywhere between 20 to 40 miles per hour are going to be very possible. And again, that's going to increase our fire danger. I think Tuesday is going to be even more windy than what we had for today, with wind gusts anywhere between 30 to 40 miles per hour, especially once we get into the afternoon. Here's a look at 10 a.m. tomorrow for Tuesday. We're talking about those wind gusts in the River Valley anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour in northwest Arkansas. Expecting to see those wind gusts right around 40 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. Please be cautious when it comes to that fire danger, not only for the rest of the night tonight, overnight, especially with those winds remaining right around 20 to 30 miles per hour, but especially for Tuesday afternoon. It's going to take all of us to avoid any fires, because if one sparks, all this wind is going to make it much worse. Daytime highs for today, we broke records once again when it comes to those high temperatures. I think we avoid them for tomorrow, but it's still going to be a warm, windy day. Daytime highs into those low 80s across northwest Arkansas, waking up across the River Valley already into those upper 60s and low 70s. If that tells you anything about how strong those winds coming up from the south are, we're almost starting into the 70s for our lows. Daytime highs will reach up into those mid to upper 80s. Plenty of sunshine throughout the day. Just be very cautious with me with those fire danger. It's very rare that we see an extreme risk from the Arkansas Forestry Commission. What they're basically saying is it's so dry outside, the humidity is low enough, and the winds are so strong that if we do get a fire, it is going to be hazardous outside. So be careful. At least through Tuesday, Wednesday night, we finally get that rain that we've been hoping for a very long time. Unfortunately, it is coming with a storm threat as well. The window that we're going with right now for that storm threat is going to be between 10 p.m. for Wednesday night going into around 4 a.m. on Thursday morning. Rain and storms will be possible. I think our greatest threats are going to be some strong damaging winds right around 60 miles per hour and the potential for some hail cores as well. And again, the most important thing here is that it's another overnight system. We haven't had rain in a long time. We haven't had storms in much longer. So it's time to prepare yourself once again as we head into our second storm season of the year. We usually get that one in the spring, and this past spring it was very devastating for us with multiple tornadoes. Now as we head into the second season for the fall, we're already starting off with another rain chance, immediately going into that severe storm threat as well. Wednesday, overnight into Thursday morning, have those phones charged up for me for some overnight storms. Wednesday night into Thursday, again, the Storm Prediction Center has that level 2 slight risk across northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and into eastern Oklahoma. Right now, the wording from the Storm Prediction Center is that the stronger storms seem to develop across central Oklahoma. If they materialize, they could be powerful storms by the time they get to western Arkansas. We have to see what happens further out west to decide what we're going to get by the time we get into the overnight hours Wednesday night for us. We're going to be working on this forecast over the next several days because while we've been hoping for rain, we were trying to avoid hopping right into severe weather. Unfortunately, that looks to be the case this upcoming week. It is going to bring in the cooler air, and the good news is the rain looks to be done with by the time we get to Thursday evening for trick-or-treating. Here's a look at what Futurecast has to say. We're in that time zone now where we're starting to get that short to mid-range data, which is giving us some really good information. Late at night, Wednesday, here's a look at 10:30. Still, these models showing that the rain's going to be further off towards the west. I think the best timing for us is going to be right when the clock strikes midnight is when we could see some storms. Along the leading edge is where we're going to see those strongest wind gusts. So we're already past midnight here, and that front edge is right across the river valley already. So right around midnight, as I think, is when we're going to see the potential to see those strongest storms. But more importantly, even we're getting some rainfall after almost 2 months with no rain. That line of thunderstorms pushes through by the time we get to Thursday morning. Here's a look at 4 a.m. Most of the storm activity done. By the time we get to the morning hours on Thursday, you're waking up, probably going to see a lot of tree limbs all over the place because of the wind, and probably going to see a ton of leaves all over the place. If the leaves didn't blow off today or Tuesday, some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts coming in from a cold front Wednesday night are definitely going to knock all these trees off. It's going to look spooky outside for Thursday nights for that trick-or-treating. Of course, that is also important for the forecast this week, is whether we're going to stay dry or not. I think we do. Greatest threats Wednesday night, Thursday morning are going to be wind and hail. Low flooding risk, but I will tell you, since it's so dry outside, it takes a little bit for that water to seep into the surface. It's not saturated right now, so we could have some low-lying flooding, not necessarily due to the rainfall totalage, but because our ground is so dry. The tornado risk is low, but it's never zero, right? We will watch out for some rotating thunderstorms. I think those rotating thunderstorms more than likely produce that hail more than any tornado risk. Halloween night, that cooler air is going to come in. That rain clears out. Temperatures right around the 50s across northwest Arkansas and the river valley. So those kiddos going out for trick-or-treating might need to have a layer underneath the costume. It could be a little chilly. We will watch out for a very stray sprinkle, but I think for the most part, cooler air, drier air filters in behind that cold front, and we're going to have a nice night for trick-or-treating on Halloween. And it gets even better when it comes to the rain chances, because by the time we get past Halloween into this upcoming weekend, more rain chances right around the corner. Northwest Arkansas over the next 10 days. Again, warm and windy for Tuesday. Please be cautious when it comes to that fire danger. Wind gusts around 40 miles per hour. We are going to be hoping that we avoid any type of spark, because if one catches, we could be in some trouble. Wednesday, it's still going to be windy. I think most of the day on Wednesday, it's going to be sunny. It's going to be warm. Depending how much sunshine we see throughout the day on Wednesday is going to determine how much energy, how much fuel we have for those storms Wednesday night into Thursday. That's why we have a weather impact alert day. First time we've seen one of those in quite a while when it comes to these storms. Wednesday overnight into Thursday, have those phones charged up. Cooler air filters in for Thursday night for those trick-or-treaters. I think it's very comfortable outside. Temperatures dropping into those 50s, and even more rain by the time we get to the weekend. Unfortunately, that's not great for the football game, but we've been so dry that I think the Hogs can do us a favor and just play in the rain for a little bit at least. Going to be seeing those rain chances come back for Saturday and Sunday, even into Monday and early next week. Rain chances look aplenty. We've been noticing that those trends on the Climate Prediction Center long-range data, that the first week of November looks very saturated for us. Multiple chances for some rain later on next week. Across the river valley, very warm, very windy for Tuesday. If you thought today was windy, it's been a nuisance really all day today. I think Tuesday is going to be even worse with those wind gust ranges right between 20 to 40 miles per hour throughout the day, especially during the peak heating hour of the day. Wednesday, plenty of sunshine throughout the day. That's going to determine, that's going to be a big factor on what the energy is left over for us for Wednesday night going into Thursday. Cold front comes in. Most importantly, it's bringing the rain. Unfortunately, it's bringing a wind and hail threat as well. Clears out by the time we wake up on Thursday morning. By the time we get to Thursday evening for those trick-or-treaters, should be drier, should be cooler. Looks like a nice end to the work week before more rain chances come back in, heading into the weekend, into early next week. So unfortunately, if you had some plans outdoors this weekend, doesn't look great when it comes to being dry outside. But I'm saying that's a good thing, because we need the rainfall right now Just wish our first rain chance wasn't coming with a storm threat. Unfortunately, it is weather impact alert day, Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Stick with us over the next couple of days. We will be providing updates on what the storm threats are going to be later on this week. From 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. That's your 5+ extended forecast.